What lies beneath the scum? Well, in most papers today it's about Priti Patel resigning, and apparently it's the end of the world as you know it. Priti makes it 2 in 2 weeks, of course the other one that went, but I've got a theory on this now, because it so much is coming out about the government and all the shenanigans, to say the least, and that's being nice. I feel that they're going to make the UK government look so inept and corrupt, which they are, that they'll go, oh well, because your government's so corrupt and so pathetic, how about the EU just takes over for a while? And of course, once that happens, it's game over. The EU's there for good. On a happier note, dinner ladies win 25 million. Good on them, and I hope you enjoy it. And then to the left, just to remind everyone just how corrupt and how perverted the parliamentarians are. 30 MPs tried to get me into bed. Mail. Little Voices. 175,000 abused or suffering children a year try to call Childline but can't get through because demand is now so high. That's why we have joined forces with the NSPCC for our Christmas fundraising campaign. Just shows you how much child abuse is going on. And of course, Childline, run by Esther Ranson, who's connected to, well, you know, and of course NSPCC is also a for-profit corporation, of which I believe it's a very, very tiny amount they actually give towards children. The rest they put into the pockets. And the way you judge these charities is you look at the car and the house that the CEO lives in, and then you know where most of the money's going. Government in crisis. Oh, we better have the EU then. We better not leave the EU, had we? It's pretty shambolic. Oh, you'll notice in all these papers, nearly all of them anyway, she's got a big smile on her face, and that's a job well done smile. Don't forget, she went to the High Court of Injustice to challenge Brexit, because, you know, apparently a majority of UK nationals opted to leave Europe, so she decided, well, that can't be right, I'll challenge it. More there than meets the eye. The Times. Well, in the purple banner there, is Putin meddling in our politics? Yeah, because the only ones that should be allowed to meddle in our politics is our politicians. We've got enough corrupt politicians to do all the meddling. And of course this is just distraction, you know, because don't pay any attention to the child molestation that goes off in Parliament, the murdering of children that goes off in Parliament in the rooms, the cocaine taking that goes off in Parliament. Is Georgie Boy still there? Of course he is. Fears government will collapse as Patel quits. EU leaders brace for Brexit chaos, Times told. Second minister to be forced out in a week. Let's just tie in the EU to the UK criminal cartel, and then it just pushes it. Oh yeah, maybe we're better off with the EU governing us like they don't already. Well, hey, if you can't see it, you never will. The Guardian. PM's turmoil grows as Patel quits over Israeli meeting. Well, what I'd like to point out here, again, big smile, job well done. I've caused as much turmoil as I can, and you've got to, like I put at the end of this video, if you haven't watched it, Dennis Healy, well, watch it, listen to it, because it explains everything that you're seeing in the papers, everything. Resignation leaves May facing another reshuffle. Oh no, what am I going to do? I'll put another of my friends who's also corrupt in that job. Sorted. Actions fell below standards expected, Patel. Decision may be seen as a blow to Tory Brexiteers. Oh, we better not have a Brexit then, had we? Yeah, we'll let the EU take over because, you know, as we voted to leave well over a year ago and we're still in it. Is it 2 years? I lose track of time so quick these days. Is it a year? Is it 2 years? Let me know. But either way, we're still in it and it's been pushed back to 2021. Yeah, well. And then all this turmoil showing that our government's totally corrupt and couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. Always look between the lines. Try to see where they're trying to lead you, then you know where they're really trying to lead you. Daily Mail. Exit smiling pretty with a barbed warning to Mrs May. Yes, job well done. Hey May, it went well, didn't it? Yeah, it went exactly as we planned it, and the papers, our propaganda machine, have put it out exactly the way as we expected to them. So it's a win-win for us. And now we get back to more of the cover and deceit. Thrown to the wolves. Furious family on Labour minister found dead after sex claims says he told the party he was fragile. But not too fragile to go touching women up, was it? So what we've got to do here then, we've got to stop the so-called free press reporting on this sort of thing. We'll bring out some new rules, we'll call it a statute or act, but we'll sell it to the general population as law. And they bought all the ones we've done before as, you know, statute snacks, but we tell them, the papers tell them, the newsreaders tell them it's law, and we've got away with it so far, so we'll get away with it again. We'll now that this has gone off, we'll use this for our weapon to protect us so we can carry on with our child rape. The Daily Telegraph. Another day, another crisis. Patel quits after flying 4,000 miles to face music. 2 ministers gone in a week as Brexit talks resume. Can you see? Can you see it yet? I know that you lot can. But just try pointing out to your friends and relatives that maybe what they're reading in these propaganda sheets isn't quite what's being said. And now we get more down to it. A bit further down there. Settle the Brexit bill, deadlocks, or we will shake the tree, warns EU. So this is one bigger mafia speaking to a littler mafia. Or that's what they would like you to believe, because actually it's all the same group. It's just they're making it look like it's two separate sides of the same coin. Divide and conquer. But you guys know that. But the rest need to see it, and see it quick. And down the bottom there's a few little things. I'm not going to dwell on them too long. Police forces ignoring low priority crimes. Because we've got to dash off and help the bailiffs throw some man, woman and children out of their house because they've fallen on hard times because of what the EU's done with VAT and all these other taxes and our own government causing us absolute chaos and mayhem and losing our jobs. So the police has got a dash to help the criminal bailiffs with fake warrants throw innocent men, women and children onto the streets because that's been the plan all along. Boy given new skin grown entirely in lab. This is a push towards the robotic community and having a chip. Oh look, he's had skin grown in a lab. So there's no reason you shouldn't have a chip in your body, is there? Trump warns China to cut ties with North Korea as we ramp up for World War III. Marks and Spencer slaughtering sacred cows. Shock. Not. Husband of woman jailed in Iran on his fight for justice. Boris might have helped us. Yeah, helped her keep stay in there longer. You know, the way they put this out, it's just so much. It's funny. It's funny when you start to see between the lines. Virtual referee holds sway at Wembley. Another push towards the robotics side of things. So we're going to have a computer referee because he won't make mistakes. Oh, but wait a minute. Who programs all these computer robots, computer police? Big Dog, look that up if you haven't seen it. I saw it about 5 or 6 years ago. It's a robotic dog type thing that can carry submachine guns and heavy machine guns and all that sort of thing. But don't worry about it. It's for your protection. It's there to aid you, to keep you safe. Patel quits over Israel for Raw. Now, I'm not going to go into it in this. That's all. That's the only thing in this 60p. The only thing it's good for is wiping your arse, and then you're going to get print on it, which probably is not so good, but hey. Right, so she went to... let's not bother going to that. Right. All prime ministers have sworn allegiance to Israel. This should tell you who their priorities are with. They're with Israel. And it's not Israel, the nation that you know, who are absolutely brainwashed beyond belief. It's the Ashkenazi Zionists. That's who they swear allegiance to, because they're all in it together. FT. Well, not a lot in here. The only thing that's actually worth even looking at is US demands CNN sale as price for AT&T Time Warner approval. Doubts over 84.5 billion deal. This the amounts of money these corporations talk about are ridiculous. We need to repeal the 1666 Seska-V Act and ban all corporations. At the end of the day, that's the best way around this, because all corporations will lead to corruption, and corruption will lead to the detriment of mankind. Now, you've heard me many a time say they put out they put it out in the films and series and all the general propaganda. And for this one, and for a few we've had earlier as well, actually, I'm gonna quote from Highlander. For there can be only one government, one banking system, one news channel, one network that they control. Then they control everything, and you are a permanent slave if you're still left alive. Daily Express. We quit. NHS dinner ladies dish up a 25 million lottery win. Good on you. Superfood diet beats arthritis. Yeah, I would say I would definitely go with this, particularly when I looked at the top two ingredients that they're using. Organic only, though. If you're getting it from the supermarket, you'd be lucky if you're getting 1/10 of the value. Blueberries and ginger help to fight the agony. Absolutely they do. So does cannabis. So does numerous other natural, homegrown ingredients. And even those homegrown ingredients, like magic mushrooms. Now, I've never partaked in them. I've seen some that have, and it can be very interesting. However, who is to say that you, me, flesh and blood, living man, cannot eat, ingest whatever I want? If I want to eat a magic mushroom, or make soup out of it, or tea, or whatever they do with it, I will do that. Because I am in control of my body, and I will do whatever I see fit for me. No law, statute or act is going to change that, although they're trying to push it over as it can do. And then down in the bottom corner again, it's not a laughing matter. Foreign Aid Minister Priti Patel forced to resign. Big smiley face. Job well done. Tells it how it is, really, doesn't it? Metro. Pretty shambolic. Patel jets back to resign at number 10. Second minister to go in a week. It's all a scam. It's smoke and mirrors. Don't look at the corruption in Parliament. Don't look at the child rapists in Parliament. Don't look at the child murderers in Parliament. Look at this instead. Rail drivers 28% pay rise to end strike. Not been following that really. I know there was some strikes looming. Whether that's real or not, I've no idea. Maybe you want to tell me whether it is or not. After doing your research, of course. Due diligence. Express. Diane Abbott reveals her plan to frustrate Brexit after BBC host mocks Remainer demands. Two sides of the same coin. You got Pretty on one side, Abbott on the other. That's all that's going off there. No more than that. Plain and simple. Keep you distracted, and you know you'll keep guessing and not wanting to make decisions. To keep thinking, oh well, if those you lot, well not you lot, but the rest voted in, if they can't run a country, what's little old me going to do? Maybe I should let them make all my choices. Maybe I should have a chip. Maybe I should stop thinking. Just like the brain laundries known as schools, universities, further education. Well, it's actually further indoctrination, because you'll notice the first thing, you were brainwashed from birth by your parents. It's not your parents' fault. They were brainwashed as well. And you want evidence, of course you do. You're born, you're nurtured, you're kept warm, you're fed. Unfortunately, nowadays you're fed with a load of toxic poisons, and if you're using that fake milk for feeding babies, oh my God, you're poisoning them so much. Look in the ingredients. I digress. And then you're told the first lie. There's a magical man that flies around the planet once a year and gives you presents if you've been good. And if you've been bad, you don't get any presents. And then the lies just rack up after that. There's also a fairy that when you lose a tooth, gives you a present. Oh my God, we've been brainwashed to lie to our children. Then we send them off to the brain laundries, where the first thing they learnt, Smith, here sir, I'm answering to my Seska V 1666 trust bond. Yes, that'll be me. And then you wonder why we struggle to see through the deceit. Dennis Healy. World events do not occur by accident. They are made to happen, whether it is to do with national issues or commerce, and most of them are staged and managed by those who hold the purse strings.